Yo, what's going on, everybody? Sorry, I started that screen, Ben, like the starting soon, and I just forgot to go live. So it was there, but
Yeah, you got to go live.
we weren't live. Anyway, we're here. What's going on, everybody? Hopefully you had a great week. We're heading into the weekend. Let's cap it off with a big day. This is the EV betting strategy show right here on the OddsShopper channel. I could use it. I took a proper beating yesterday. It happens.
It did. You know what? And you know what I saw, which genuinely warms my heart when I was in Discord, was people saying we were due for one of those. You can't be green every. Come on now. And it was just no panic, no what's happening, what's going. It's just the books got us last night, and now it's our turn to turn it right back around.
Damn right. It was weird because DraftKings was my worst book yesterday, which typically isn't the case.
Yeah, I honestly, it was pretty rough altogether for me. Even on my own stuff, college basketball was topsy turvy. I bet the Magic last night. It was just rough. But you know what? There's a lot of action tonight. So we got a ton of bets already in. I have way more. I'll tell you this. I have way more bets already placed today than I did yesterday.
Yeah, I have almost. I think I have 100. They have 100. Blue Raptor said, "Good afternoon. First time user and lost. Need a bounce back." So when I remember I first started using this, it was a March actually. I first started using this tool. It wasn't even PortfolioEV at the time. It was just OddsShopper Premium. Remember? And
Yep.
I first started using it and I don't mean using. I mean like using it, like fully committing to this process. And I lost my first. I remember hitting you up, being like, "Man, I lost my first 7 days," and I mean, I lost, right? Like I was down a lot, and then I had like a $6,000 April,
Get on a
and like
run.
made it all back times a lot. So, and for what it's worth, I had started like March 20th or something like that. It wasn't all March, but I just got in at I just started at a rough time, went through it. And you know what I did? Not only do I know that the devs are great, but I saw everybody else that had profited so big from it starting before me. And I was like, all right, well, it has to work. So just bet through it.
And even last night, like you can, depending on what analysis you're doing on your own stuff, but one of the things that will always stand the test of time, you're getting closing line value on the majority of these bets. So like if you're doing that, that's always a good indicator that you're on the right track regardless of results.
Yep. Brett said, asked this in Discord earlier, but has anyone in chat, Lavi Ben, used the live odds to find edges in other sports like tennis? I haven't. I do use it for football for sure, a lot. But also, we're going to have some new markets. And I think sooner than later, tennis is going to be one of them in the EV tool itself.
Oh yeah, tennis is a sport that we're excited about. So live betting is tricky. Just because again the sinks have to, particularly in a sport like tennis, 1 point is going to move things. I do think in general though there are opportunities. I talked about that on Playback last night, and as these tools evolve and these products evolve, don't be shocked if that's another thing that keeps expanding. So yeah, you can definitely glean edges live betting. It's very hard to do content because even the sync, what are we, 10 seconds ahead of YouTube, Laffy? Like even that would make a difference.
Yeah. Our points parlay that we used on FanDuel yesterday for hockey, 2 of 3. We missed the third leg. We're going to build some more out today. That's all that matters. You're going to lose parlay. Anyone that tries to sell you on the idea that you're going to win parlays every day, right? And then pins a big parlay win to their X handle, they're lying. Like you're going to lose more than you win as far as the amount of bets goes. But with this approach, you're going to win more money. So let's do it, man. We got some good stuff on the board. I mean, we are actually loaded with bets here.
That's what I mean. The board is and all sorts of, it's just like a nice mix. Where do we even begin?
Well, hold on a second. Did the new update go through? No, okay. I thought that was FanDuel 9% historical ROI on 3-pointers. I was like, that's not true. Okay. Never mind.
No, but stay tuned. Hint,
I'm
hint.
excited to see this
Yeah, there's
because
some cool stuff coming.
we could see some new markets popping up that have not been there. Markets within the sports too, not just new sports. So yeah, let's make it happen. Glad you guys could join us. If you don't mind, hit that thumbs up, subscribe. It goes a long way for us. We appreciate you, and it's entirely free. Also, leave a comment down below. You're listening or watching after the fact. All right, we hit a parlay today. We do a giveaway, Ben. Sound good?
I think that's more than fair.
Yeah. Yesterday was a rough one. But
No,
March
it
has
was-
been so good. Like since the All-Star break, it's been so good that I was actually waiting. I'll be honest. I was waiting for this.
I mean, somewhat inevitable. You don't know when it's going to happen. Obviously, don't fall into the gambler fallacy of like, oh, everything's been going good, so it has to go bad, and then it'll be like it doesn't work like that. But it also, of course, there's going to be ebbs and flows.
Yeah, exactly. There's a good Jonas Valanciunas bet on the board right now, by the way.
Joe
This
Val.
one, what's that?
I said, yeah, good old Joe Val. He's a frequent portfolio contributor.
Yeah, I'm betting this one right now. It is, let's see here. Yeah, like Penny has it at over 12.5 at plus 104. FanDuel's got it at minus 104 on 11.5. You know as well as I do. Moving from 41.5 PRA to 42.5 PRA is a lot different than moving a full rebound with very similar juice.
Yeah, I mean, take it to the extremes. That's what I always do when I think about that. Like total in a basketball game, 233 or 234. Does it matter? Sure. Is it a big deal? No. Think in hockey, if you could bet over a half a point versus over 1.5 points, think how drastic the line would move in that situation. So the lower you are closer to zero, the more drastic and impactful that is. An extra rebound is a serious, serious edge if you're not paying for the juice.
Big time. All right, let's get some bets in. I just wanted to place that one, and these are just straights that I was placing. It was over 11.5 boards for Joe Val. My guess, Ben, is that is another alt. Let me see. I didn't even look.
I'm hitting
Yep,
this.
that was an alt.
Zach Edey bet.
On FanDuel or just in general?
No, on BetMGM. It's real nice.
The points one?
Yeah, over 9.5 points.
Oh,
Sitting
yeah.
plus 100. Everyone else is minus 120 or better.
Wow.
That's
yeah,
a good
okay.
one.
Yeah, look at these.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean.
Yeah. STN got a 10.5 at plus 105. Penny over 9.5 at minus 140. That looks real good. Okay. So we're getting see already out of a lot of bets today, way more than yesterday.
And some
I
big
think
juicy numbers too.
That's one of the things that can just burn you is like you just don't get enough bets in. You never know. If you got 40 more bets in yesterday, it could have looked different. But
I mean, and it's funny because it's like, not to get philosophical, but like a day is just it's an arbitrary amount of time. So like all it means is the variance in that time frame is going to be higher. Ultimately, it really doesn't matter.
It's
like
the same thing.
It really is. Like, okay, just understand that don't judge anything on a day where you may not have the volume. Judge it on a week. Judge it on a month. That's even better. But
well, it's just funny because if you got 1,000 bets in a day or 1,000 bets in a month, it's actually the same thing.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, I mean, I deal with this the most, and it's self-imposed. So like, I know what I'm getting into. On this very channel, you can always check it out. I do my Ben's best bet of the day. I give out one college basketball bet every morning. And I always get people that are like, man, we haven't won in a week. And it's like, yes, but that means that like I'm 0-4 if it's Thursday. Like it's not like it's 4 bets. I know what you mean, and that sucks, but you have to keep in mind to get a real sample size on that video, I'd have to do it for 3 years. Like it's just different, basically, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. We got a 30% same game profit boost on FanDuel today. You know what we do have on DraftKings, though? DraftKings actually has an all parlay, Ben, an all parlay NBA boost on any NBA game. So this is actually pretty sweet. Obviously, your bet's going to be limited to $10. However, we'll take the EV when we can get it. And I believe this is, 4+ leg parlay or same game parlay X, but it could be just a same game parlay. And it's a 30% boost.
That'll play.
Yeah, it'll play. Why don't we do that one?
All right. Yeah, let's start there.
Let's do it.
Nothing better than a flexible boost, by the way. Like, that's something I pay a lot more attention to. Like, when they're like, you have to find someone with the initials AD. And it's like, well, okay, I have two choices. But if it's like, you can bet whatever you want and you get 30%, you have so many options.
Yeah. And Brett mentioned that on Wednesday, we hit the same game parlay boost on DraftKings. So not yesterday. We'll see what we can do. OG Anunoby, this is going in. I mean, hands down, this is going in. I'm going to also build it from my phone. OG Anunoby under 17.5 points. And as always, we'll keep updates on injury news as anything comes in. Very excited to say, too, that with this new release that we have coming out, there's going to be some fixes for the injuries and stuff, too. So you shouldn't be getting any crazy stuff happening there, like when injuries happen. But we haven't had any news in over an hour, Ben. I think we're good.
I think so. And listen, as we always say, some news could pop up and we may get burned on a few spots. Some news could pop up and it's going to give us even more closing line value. So I'm not too worried about it.
Somebody asked me on DMs today, like, do I avoid betting in the morning and wait till later after injury news pops? And I say no. I'll eat it if I get burned on injury news, but in my opinion, there's no better time to bet than in the morning if you can, because if you go and look at your closing line value, sync your books to our bet tracker in the mobile app, and you'll see that like everything is green because you're getting massive closing line value on these bets that you're placing early. I was in bed today. I had 35 bets in by 6 a.m. Like, there's no way I'm not going to bet that just because someone might get ruled out. In the long run, it's going to benefit you.
Yeah. I always say the further out you are, the more variance you're going to ensue because there's more time for random stuff to happen. But on the whole, it's still a good thing. Will the new update offer live EV bets? It's going to offer some stuff. We're working towards some of those type of things. Again, I think live betting, it's just tricky with the delays and stuff. I don't know if you ever get that, Luffy, like when you go to live bet something and it's like,
I mean, if you go to live bet something and you get the like the dreaded yellow progress bar on DraftKings. Yeah, that's very intentional by them.
100%.
A live bet takes a lot longer to place than a straight pregame bet for sure, or any pregame bet for that matter.
But there are angles like with commercials depending on the sport. And I'll tell you what, baseball, woo,
yeah, that's going to be nice.
It's going to be real nice.
Oh shit, man! All that talking, we lost some good ones. That's okay. We're still gonna make this a very, very good.
Boys.
What's up?
I said I failed us, boys, by talking about shenanigans.
Yeah, answering questions while we're trying to build this parlay out. That's all good. All right, let's see what we can do. Because we need 4 legs. It doesn't matter what it is. Aaron Gordon under 1.5 threes. Andrew Wiggins under 1.5 threes. Exactly. So we got a minus 200, Ben, and a plus 130.
All right. Nice little base.
Yeah. John Morant under PRA. What do you like here? Joe Val over rebounds. That's also plus EV on DraftKings. I don't mind holding off on that just because I think we're going to throw that. I think we're going to throw that into a FanDuel parlay too.
What about this Dinwiddie prop?
Under 15.5 points. Sure. Points have been super profitable on FanDuel.
That's why I wanted to target it. Yeah.
All right. We need one more. We could go Isaiah Collier under 12.5 points. I don't hate that. What happened with the OG one is it just moved.
Yeah. I mean, you got to be quick. It just confirms that we're mining value. I could go Collier. That's my boy. I love that guy.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
So we've got Aaron Gordon under 1.5 threes. We're going Andrew Wiggins. That's the one we need. That's a plus 130. We'll go Spencer Dinwiddie under 15.5 points at even money. And then we'll throw in, like we said, Isaiah Collier under 12.5 points at minus 105. That gets us to plus 1247, 10% EV. Let's see what happens when we boost this baby. Plus 1659.
That's what I mean. That's some extra runway.
Plus 1659. All right. Yeah. So that's actually a really significant edge, Ben. Like your break even is winning that 5.6% of the time.
And yeah, we're well north of that. And again, we all acknowledge, you know what most likely happens is we don't win, but it over time, oh my God. I actually, again, I do some of my record keeping like a dinosaur, and I have isolated a category for myself of boosts. And not breaking any news here, but I mean, when you have boosts, the ROI is just ridiculous. If you're doing plus EV top down bets like this, and then you're applying artificial edge, I mean, it's just comical.
Yep.
And it's small amounts. Like my boosts are $10 on DraftKings, but it's still over the year. It actually adds up to a nice chunk of change.
Huge. Do you think like taking boost on the first dunk odds surge and these type of things? The problem is that there's no way you can pinpoint EV on that anyway. But do you think any of them are worth it regardless? Like even if you're not using tools?
Yeah, I personally do.
You do? Okay.
I do. I don't want to say for everything, and it is really like to find a source of truth for that stuff is nearly impossible. What I do, I basically do a synthetic shop, and I just like when I have first baskets, I did this last night on playback. I bet KCP first basket, and then
just find the best odds on that site and then boost them.
He was plus 750 on FanDuel. He was plus 550 on DK. He was sitting around 5-1 at a couple other spots. The true odds might have been plus 900, and they're all bad bets. I don't really know. But when you have the boost and the outlier line, I'm willing to do it. Now, naturally, some jackass on the Bulls hit a free throw, and then KCP just made a shot, and I lose by that. But that's neither here nor there. Yeah, I think you can do it, but each thing is different. You kind of have to devig it.
Yep. If you guys didn't place this yet, you can add Chris Dunn in over Isaiah Collier and get it to a 13% EV bet. That's without the boost. Add Chris Dunn under 16.5 PRA for the Clippers. A lot of different ways you can go about this for sure. Like we could build out another parlay right now, Ben, without a boost and just still make it really good. Like if we want to build a 3-legger out, Chris Dunn. Oh, this just became, let's do this quick before this goes.
Yeah. Chris Dunn, go.
Hold on. Chris Dunn. Tell me what you want to throw in here? Because I want to get this bet in on my side.
Dante?
DiVincenzo, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. So we got Dunn under 16.5 PRA. We have Dante DiVincenzo under 20.5 PRA. Let's see. Are we still up here? Yeah, this is still on the board for Chris Dunn. And then let's go Ja under PRA because we didn't throw that in the last one. All right, that gets us to 14% EV plus 572. Let's see if it's still up there. Dunn moved to minus 120.
It was too good.
Is it still positive? Nope, because that's minus 115. We have true odds minus 121. Yep, you got to be quick, man. Got to be quick.
For those ones, that's just like too juicy. So you're not going to get more than a 10, 20-second window.
Exactly. And by the way, the reason when I ever say like, oh, if it looks too good to be true, don't bet it. I will bet it if there's no injury news. And we had no injury news here. So I have no problem betting that at all.
Did Milwaukee beat Oakland? Not only did Milwaukee not cover, Milwaukee lost outright last night. They are out of their tournament.
They are what?
They're out of the tournament. Goodbye. 4-1 out from Milwaukee and for May.
All right. Let's go FanDuel parlay here.
Okay.
See if there's anything we can build. I don't know if there's any same game parlays that stand out. If there are, we could bet it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Go ahead.
No. I just say again, same game parlays. It's a little tricky with that, but the boost can kill the correlation tax.
Doesn't look like we have it right now. I was hoping for that Memphis game, right? Let's see. Hold on. Wait, we do. I think we do have it. Let's see if we can do this and grab the boost for FanDuel. Dwight Powell under 5.5 rebounds. Right?
Okay.
Desmond Bane under what's the spread on this game? Can you pull that up?
Sure. Which game is it?
Memphis, Dallas. Desmond Bane under. PRI has not been great to us from an HROI standpoint, but I don't care as much given that we're boosting this. It's just going to be positive anyway. I have very little doubt that that's going to be the case.
10-point spread.
10 points. That's good. So if this game ends up blowing out, we benefit in a big way, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's a correlation for sure.
Yeah, exactly. So we have all unders here. If it blows out, we're in business. Let's see what happens here. I want to opt into this boost. If you want to do the same thing, let's do it.
Oh yeah. I opted in this morning.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yep.
So it's a 30% boost, which is solid, probably $10 max. But at least FanDuel will let you get the whole $10 in, which is pretty nice. We got it right. So uncorrelated odds, Ben. Uncorrelated odds plus 614. Alexander said you should add Bailey's bet to OddsShopper. I thought it was.
Bally's is somewhere, I want to say, and if not, I don't know. I don't know if Bally's is in New York, so I can't even tell. But if not, certainly we're going to continue to add books. So
we have a lot coming up. So plus 614. Let me see what FanDuel gives us actually on the odds. Wow, they're giving us plus 612 on a same game. You see what I'm saying? Dude, there's like no correlation tax on that.
That's what I'm saying. Like sometimes.
Wow.
And it's funny because you would. So there's kind of a false equivalency of like, well, I don't, it's a negative correlated because like if one guy's not getting the rebound, the other guy might have to. And it's like there is truth to that. But if it's a blowout, everybody can go under at the same time.
Yep, exactly. That's the hope. And it doesn't, if it's a blowout, if the guys don't play in the fourth, that's huge. All right. So, wow. So plus 614 are the uncorrelated odds here. I boosted it to plus 796.
Yep.
Some other books. Look at better. If you plus 399.
Minus 130.
That's uncorrelated.
Yeah, man.
That Hard Rock plus 516. Massive value on this. Sweet. I think this is the first time I've been able to get a same game parlay in for FanDuel on this show.
Again, you have to, it's few and far between sometimes, but when you find them, don't hesitate to pounce. Parlays are better as individual games because you're getting the true odds of what the parlay is, like in terms of the fixed price. But yeah, you can still dabble with it. But yes, in general, Scott, I would prefer different games.
Yeah. Although I will say, play around with it because if you add something like this to FanDuel and they're not hitting you for the correlation, Ben, that's a good bet.
Oh, absolutely. You bring in a layer of somewhat of like origination if you're doing same game parlays.
You have, yeah, absolutely.
You have to kind of know the correlation tax you're paying.
Yep. But there's questions too. Oh, Bet365 would be huge. Yeah, they pulled their API on us.
Yeah, that's not us. That's society.
We're trying to get it back because, yeah, I agree. That'd be huge. We Trust TV is 20-leg parlay. Good to a bet. Good to take. I only bet 20-leg parlays.
If it's a lock, it's a lock. What can I say?
But generally speaking,
I've been known to stop at the gas station and grab some scratch tickets, and I have a blast every time I do them. And that's where the 20-leg parlay belongs.
When does the hold start to increase, generally speaking, with each leg that you add?
I think, and I really should.
We know it does.
Oh, 100% it does. I don't really mess around with those things, so I'm honestly not up to speed, but I think a general rule is like a 5-leg.
Okay.
Once you start doing that, all sorts of weird stuff happens.
Yeah. Explain what that means too, by the way.
So yeah, I mean, again, it's just really the rake that you're paying. As you start adding more and more legs, they start adding kind of what I'd say is artificial rake. Not to mention, the other problem with this is even in theory, if you had 20 plus EV legs parlayed, if you're using like say like Kelly or something in terms of determining a bet size, the average bet size on that would be like 7 cents.
Yeah.
Like
with a decent bankroll.
So what do you just play it as a lotto ticket, have some fun, and don't worry about profit because it's not profitable to do it like that.
Yeah. Even if it was, it would take like, I mean, it would take a long, yeah. You know how the whole like, could a bunch of monkeys type the work of Shakespeare if they had infinity to do it?
Okay, that's so weird. I was just before this, I was betting on some stupid shit, and I turned on the stream, and they were talking about that exact thing. That's so
what stream?
Weird.
What stream?
I was betting a little Counter Strike.
Okay.
Yeah, I turned on a Twitch stream just to see what the score was, and they were talking about if monkeys could type Shakespeare, if they were given like how long that would take.
Right. They say if they had infinite time. And I understand the concept behind it.
Are you secretly a streamer? Is that what?
No, dude, that's like the oldest thing in the book. I will say, though, I fully understand the concept behind it. It's not lost on me. However, I'm still skeptical that they could.
That's your conclusion from that? Yeah, I mean.
No, like I said, eventually, sure. But to my point about 20-leg parlays, right, is if you had like infinite bankroll to just throw out 20-leg parlays, if they're all plus EV legs and there was an additional hold placed on that, then maybe, like, I guess eventually you would. But I don't know if there's anyone out there who would be able to sustain long enough to ever see the returns.
Well, it's just like,
Warren Buffett might struggle with that.
It's not even just that side of it. It's also the other side of it, for anyone out there that plays DFS. So like, take the Millie. If you put one entry in the Millie and it's an amazing team, you would need to live to about 500 to realize your expectation.
And that's if there was a Millie every day.
That's what I mean. You can't. If you could do unlimited parlays instantly, there would be a different situation. But you can't.
Right.
So,
although our new parlay builder that's coming out is going to, it's not doing that, but it's going to get pretty close.
It's going to do some things. Let me tell you, if you like parlays, or you're interested in having some ability to do some of those upside tickets.
Or if you're limited, man. Like if you're heavily limited
round robins, and if you don't know what a round robin is, certainly, again, when you get in Discord, we can explain it further, but the easy way is just, it makes all the combinations for you, so you don't have to do it manually. It's going to be serious. You see it on the screen, by the way, 7-day free trial. The link is below. I'll throw it in the chat right now. Just come on in and get acclimated before baseball, so you're ready to roll. You have portfolios made. And again, it's 7 free days. So even if you hate it, you've lost nothing. Just opt out and no problem. We hope to see you soon.
You'd also be jumping in at the best time.
Yeah.
right?
Again, baseball starting. We are launching literally a new version of this imminently.
Yeah, today. So if you're like, oh man, I've been on the fence or this or that, or you've tried it before and it wasn't for you. If that's the case, DM me or hit Ben up or something. And Ben, maybe we can work something out for him, get him back in and let him try it back out, because I'm pretty convinced that this time around it's going to be, especially you get him set up right, it's going to be a fully different experience, even though the current experience is highly profitable.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Links in the description though. And Ben threw it in the chat. Click that 7 free day, 100% free, right? So your first week is free. There's no payment on that. Get as many bets as you can, get on the books that you want, and turn on notifications in the app. It's funny. I always say get on as many books as you can, but then I've talked to so many people in my DMs lately. They're just killing on DraftKings and BetMGM because they have enough volume, or like Hard Rock. People in Florida are only betting on Hard Rock because it's all they have, and they're crushing on that. So like I'm almost at the point now where I'm telling people, look, put a few bucks in FanDuel or Caesars and shit. And then if you have good account health on DraftKings and BetMGM and Hard Rock and these type of books, do the most of your volume there out of the gate.
It doesn't have to be equal. That's what I always say. Like I think
it actually shouldn't be equal.
I think it's nice to have some reserves. I have a couple books. I bet like super infrequently for only a specific situation. Then I have my main books. So it's not like, oh, I need a full bankroll on every book. If you can do that, that's great. But I don't operate like that personally.
Demetrius said, tried it before, found it very obtuse and hard to understand. There's a slight learning curve, but once you get it, I think everyone in chat would agree. Once you get it, and my DMs are always open over on X, Lofty_D, LOUGHY_D. Just hit me up. I think most people would agree that once you get it, like once the light bulb goes off or on, once it clicks, you're gonna get it, and that's just the way. That's with a lot of things, though, man. To use a profitable tool like this, sometimes it takes you sitting down and figuring it out for a second. Like not everything just comes immediately and easy, right? It's just the way it is. But Demetrius, hit me up, man. I want to get back in.
Yeah.
I got another previous user in today who wanted to try it out again. I'm happy to make some concessions there, Ben.
I mean, yeah. Listen, not everyone at every time is ready for everything. There's a lot of things that I do in betting that 6 years ago or 10 years ago, for me, 20 years ago when I was a kid, I wouldn't have done it like that. And things change. You evolve. You start seeing edges you never would. And once it clicks, it does click.
Demetrius, I didn't think you were talking down on the product. That's why I didn't phrase it that way. But like I'm saying, hit me up. LOUGHY_D. Ben's at JazzRazBets on Twitter as well. I always look like, how many of you guys are on Hard Rock? Let me know. Let me know can you guys who are active right now in the chat, let us know what the books are that you get the most volume down on each day. I'm curious, because then we can start to cater some of this to that. And if Ben said, if you have questions, if you're like, what is a parlay? What is hold? What is rate? These things, happy to answer. Maybe for some of the guys in here who understand that, fine, tune out for a second. But want to get everybody up to speed. It's kind of what we're trying to do here. A lot of people saying DK already, Ben.
Yeah, DK, FanDuel.
Yeah. For me, it's FanDuel.
Used to be BetMGM. I hear that.
Yeah, BetMGM.
Hey,
we got more good bets that just popped up on DraftKings too.
DraftKings has been good today. I think right now DraftKings for me is the book that I've gotten the most down on so far.
I think I have 100 bets on DraftKings already today.
Yeah, DraftKings is going to be okay.
Let's see. I got a decent amount on FanDuel, but FanDuel, you just got to be on top of it.
Yeah, I mean, you can't get them all, but you don't need to.
No. All right, let's do another DraftKings one. But yeah, free week, link in the description. What's up?
Interesting. And Chad, and again, friends, without giving too much away, Jefferson said, I get most of my volume on Novig and Profit X.
Yeah.
They're not going away.
No.
Exchanges? Interesting.
Not at all. They're not going away. I would be curious though, Jefferson, what markets are you getting that volume in? Like, how liquid are some of these markets that you're betting in? Unwatchable said Profit X as well.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, too, if you wanted to use the tools for Profit X or Novig, I mean, you have the true odds right here, Ben.
Oh, you can use them. I was talking to Aton about that just the other day, and he said that he is doing some things, and he's actually going to put out some threads about how he is taking the true odds, posting some of those lines and getting fills, because there's a lot of people who aren't using the stuff, and they're like, "Oh, I want the over." Like, you're putting the under on Jokic, you're putting the under on Luka. Like,
Yeah,
how many
right.
people are
That's
willing to take those? A
fuck. I
lot.
didn't think about that
That's
potential
what I
edge
mean.
there.
You know what I mean?
That you go star players, because that's going to be more liquid for sure, right? There's just
Yep.
going to be more action on star players, and then hit them with the unders. But would you go as far to try, like, all right, let's say we have the true odds here plus 108 on Beal.
Mm-hmm.
Would you try and get even more out of that?
So I think there's some discretion on term. Are you saying like adjust the odds even more on an
Here's what I'm
exchange?
saying. If you were to, because essentially you're setting this and people have to fill it, right?
Yes.
So what would let's say you want this Bradley Beal under? No, let's go John Morant. That's a good one because we'll consider him a star player. You know,
Mm-hmm.
when he's not brandishing firearms. What would you put this at if you wanted to get this filled? What do you think you put it at right now on DraftKings? It's plus 145. True odds we have it plus 131.
So probably like plus 150.
That's what I'm wondering. Okay.
Yep. Because obviously, if I could just bet it, I could bet it. But you have to understand. You don't have to worry about the true odds. You have to worry about the true odds, not on the other side, because the true odds is the true odds. But you have to look and say, okay, if I wanted to bet over 1.5 threes for Ja, what's the best line available? And I would assume that people can't get minus 150. So if they see that, they might be saying, okay, that's better than where I'm at. Let me do that. And you can, what you're doing right now, if you find Ja Morant and see what that number is, you can exploit that on the exchanges, I would say.
Yep. Where's the Ja one?
Yeah, let me see. I'm just going to search for Ja Morant and see. At least that's my thought on it. So Ja Morant over 1.5 threes is sitting at minus 166 on Caesars, minus 175 on FanDuel, on DraftKings, minus 186 on FanDuel. So if I hung minus 150 for you, who's not biting on that if you wanted the over?
Great call. Yeah. And you still know you're getting significant value on that.
You're getting value north of plus 130.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're just making it even a better bet. You could bet it right off the book at, say, what, plus 142?
Yep.
So add 6, 8, 10 cents to it and call it a day.
So post it at like plus 150. See if you have any takers at minus 150.
Because if you, again, who's going to bet Morant over 1.5 at minus 166 or minus 175 if I'm offering you minus 150?
Jefferson did say there's a lot of sharps, though, for player props. I don't take anything that has like 10K liquidity.
Oh, yeah. I mean, listen, there's a method to it, but there's a method to this as well.
And John Daly said, I've had all orders filled on Novig, never had any issues. And he said he's doing props too. Interesting. Yeah. Another angle. I can't bet college basketball props in Pennsylvania, but on Profit X and Novig, I can.
Mm-hmm. That's, again, it's a way to get some markets and stuff like that. You know, there's some opportunities out there.
That's why I was asking about liquidity, like college player props.
I don't know, but you know, I think it's like anything else. For March Madness, I bet the liquidity is good. If you're betting like
right,
you know, Jacksonville State versus Mercer on a Wednesday night, I don't know. Only I do things like that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, good stuff. This will help too, because you can just, if you know where you're getting value regardless, like you're getting EV if it's filled, who cares? Who cares? And we have all of this to guide us as well, which is helpful. Yeah. I'm going to start digging into those a little bit more. I just haven't had time yet. I'm on both of them. I just haven't had time yet.
Yeah, I've been doing a donkey. I'm definitely costing myself some money. I've just been dragging my feet.
Interesting. Jefferson said he's in PA, got crushed on college player props, lost a lot of money. Interesting.
Yeah,
I know I know on ours, like college basketball assists have been super profitable.
I mean, that's why, again, I don't, because I can't bet college props either. That's why I love the Portfolio Lab. I would just back test it off that and say, I don't really look at it much because I can't bet them. So,
oh, let's just see real quick.
Yeah.
This tool's pretty powerful, my friends. It's only going to get better after today, too, or today. I'm so excited about this.
Yeah, you could go to New Jersey, I think.
Also, tell me you're not stoked about the fact that we're going to have more baseball markets. Like that to me is huge.
I'm super stoked because I'll be honest, I don't really enjoy baseball on its own. It's just not a sport I like. So this gives me a nice reason to actually kick back and watch. And baseball's all day. It's all day, every day. It's amazing.
Yep. And same with like WNBA. I don't watch a single second of that, but I bet the shit at what's that?
Yeah, WNBA is just like I can't be more excited for that. That's just been awesome.
The only thing here is it looks like we just don't get a ton of college props.
The books, I'm sure, aren't super keen to line random games player props.
Yep. Pete, you don't have to update the app. It's the algorithm that's like, so the app's going to stay the same. You're good there. All right, steer this ship. We got a few minutes left. Any other spots you want to hit on?
No, I mean, let's just see where the board's at. I've been trying to juggle and see what else is out there. Any hockey?
Real quick, I did bet this Dwight Powell already. Oh, by the way, we still have that Dwight Powell as a plus EV spot. I bet that at plus 112. It's at plus 102 now. So,
well, extra money for you.
Yeah. And we got that parlay at 612. Odds are already coming down on that. So we'll take it. What did you want to look at?
No, I was just wondering if there was any hockey. You know me, I love betting a little hockey.
Unwatchables, yeah, let's do it. Said, any plans to offer promo conversion bets? Do we still have? Are you talking about in the sense of like how to guarantee profit on watchables by essentially betting both sides of a bet with the promo? Because if so, I don't know if we still have that tool. We used to. You remember?
Like an odds converter, kind of?
No, remember Alex built that tool out that was
like a promo boost. It was
for bonus. It was like your bonus. It was like your bonus bet converter.
So yeah, I'll have to see where that's at. We did have one at one point. The tricky thing about converting bonus bets is that sometimes what it recommends you to do is impractical. You know what I mean? It'll be like okay, but if you want to literally convert it, it'll be like, okay, I have $1,000 on FanDuel, and it'll be like, bet it all on Kyrie, like 5+ threes.
You say you just can't get it down.
Go to Bet Rivers and bet under, and it's like, well, Bet Rivers is never taking that bet ever. So
you basically have to wait for a side.
It can be tricky. Just sometimes it also depends on like what you're trying to do. If you're trying to literally guarantee the cash or make the most of the boost, those are two different things.
Yeah.
For smaller bets, I agree though. That's a good call out, and that's something that if we don't have up and running, we can. Again, that's why me and Luffy, we always stress this. Get in the Discord. One of the channels is product feedback, and it's just a community-centric thing where you put out requests to the devs, and if it gets enough votes, it moves up the scale of their timeline. So if 100 people say we want bonus bet converter, that would be the focal point for the devs.
Yep. And if you see this here, go to the top right where that like person icon is, your settings, and then Discord right here. And there you go. You can just link your Discord.
There it is.
Yep. Link your Discord. That's it. That's the easiest way to do it, right?
Yeah, that's how you want to do it, because our Discord is based off like subscription. So if you just hopped in our Discord organically, you wouldn't have any channels because you need to sync it through your OddsShopper account.
All right, let's do hockey, and then we'll build a BetMGM parlay before we go. I'll be on X at 3. We should have a lot more bets popping up by then. Come join me. LOUGHY_D. Come hit me up. Turn on notifications, whatever it may be. Hit your boy with a follow so we can get this show and play some more good bets. We hit 2 3-leg parlays the other day, so I was hoping to keep it rolling. I didn't even do one yesterday, but we're going to get back at it today.
All right, let's go.
And 3 times said, does sync books keep track of your bets? Yeah, sync them in the app though. You can sync them in the app, and then you can see them all here. But you can only sync right now within the app. But you can see them all on desktop, and you see all of your CLV on, or all of your odds movement on every bet too. And the greatest part is like you can see what markets you've done best or worst in. So you can sort by the month if you wanted to be like FanDuel rebounds, and then you can see what I've actually stopped betting or bet more on certain markets with those results, Ben, when I got a big enough sample.
Yeah, it's an information game. That's what this is all about. So
yeah,
it's right in the app. You do it. I know you do all your bets from mobile, so like you're much more well versed in this than I.
Yeah, I do everything on my phone for sure. It's just easier for me. Plus, I have it with me and I get notifications. So, should we do a little hockey action?
Hockey action. Where's the cat man?
Let me see the rink cat.
The rink cat.
Oh wait, let's see if he was the one that crushed our parlay yesterday. No,
he respects what we're doing.
Didn't we have him in a parlay yesterday? I swear we did.
I think he was in one of them.
I'm pretty sure he was. Anyway, do we have any profit boosts, odds boost, whatever on hockey today?
I did not see any on my books, but I could have missed one.
UFC, PGA. Nope. No respect for hockey.
No respect for the ice.
All right, all good. Let's build one anyway on FanDuel. So I told you yesterday that within my portfolio, points props have been very good if you're getting them north of like two OS rating, 3 anything higher, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've got 2 of them right here. I want you to pronounce this guy's name for me first, and then we'll add him in.
Alex Ovechkin. Got it.
The one above that.
I don't see anyone above that.
Yeah.
Oh, Matt G. I know Matt G. One of my Matt. Honestly, I think I have this. Matt Grizzlick.
I think you're probably right.
I think I'm right.
I don't know. You missed the L in there.
Nah, you don't need that L.
It's probably like Grilk.
No, it's Grizzlick.
Grizzlick? You might be right.
Yeah, I'm right. Matt G. Under.
Matt G. Let's add him in. I want to bet this one too.
All right.
These are fun to bet.
Yeah, these are fun.
Because we have some really good ones right now. Ovechkin just went up. And so it's funny. One of them's minus 225.
It's okay.
Ovechkin's plus 200, but we have the true odds here at plus 180. So we got to throw one more in. Now we don't want to add anything from same game. We have Matt G and we have Alex Ovechkin.
That kills Panthers and Caps.
Queso said it actually is Grizzly.
Thing.
You got it.
I know.
You were pretty confident with that, so I should have trusted you.
Get Pavel Bure in there. There you go.
Bugnevich, I'm going to say.
One of the all-time NHL 95 cheat codes.
Is it Pavel Buchnevich?
I don't know who that
You want
is.
to take a guess?
Yeah, Buchnevich. That looks good.
All right. That gets us to plus 853
Woo!
on a
And I like it.
three-legger.
And it's crazy because it's like it's plus 853, and you have a minus 225 in there. That's a pretty stable leg.
Absolutely. All right. Let me fire this. Just so it's on the screen. Hopefully all you guys can see that. So Ovechkin, Grzelcyk, and old Pavel B.
Pavel B.
All right. Plus 853. Bet now.
Shout out to the Blues. I don't know if I've ever met a Blues fan.
No?
I always think about that. That's something in my deranged mind. I always think about, do you think there's someone that's got a combination of every two teams in
What do you
terms of fan? So like they're a Blues fan and a Texans fan. Like they root for the Jaguars in football and the Sharks in hockey.
Oh, you're saying, do I think like there's a combo? If you took all sports fan, is there a combo for everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I mean, if you gave monkeys an infinite amount of time to
two, I bet. Three, I don't know. Like who? I want to meet the person that's a diehard Atlanta Hawks, San Jose Sharks, and like
Pittsburgh
Seattle
Pirates.
Seahawks.
Yeah.
Yeah, like no.
Yeah, right. Columbus Blue Jackets.
Yeah.
Sacramento Kings, and
That's zero right there.
Yep.
Who's a diehard Kings Blue Jackets fan?
Yep. Yeah. Blue Raptor. When looking for bets, do I look for the OS number? The higher, the better. Yeah, and filter out negative HROI bets. You really don't. There's enough bets today. You don't need to have that. Filter out negative HROI in the top right. I'll show you where. But yeah, look at this. Plus 853 on FanDuel, 662 on DraftKings. Hard Rock at plus 622. Sleeper, if you're on there for God knows what reason, plus 546, minus 23% EV. That's a good bet right there. Real nice bet. And we got all of them north of the 2 OS ratings, so we know that historically these have been profitable bets.
Sweet. Vikings, Magic, and Braves.
No, you got to go to all different parts of the country. I feel like Magic and Braves are too close.
Yeah.
And Atlanta, well, no, I guess that makes sense.
Still, and when you get to hockey, you get crazy teams because there's Canadian teams. Like who's rooting for the Flames?
Yeah, that's true. That is true. I think about that a lot with hockey. Like clearly they have fans, right?
No, I know, but there's just no possible. How many Flames fans are diehard New Orleans Saints fans? Like none. It has to be literally none.
I don't think it's fair to include, Canada.
I mean, some of these, yeah. Trailblazers, Mets, Commanders, and Red Wings. That's out there, man.
Yeah. Yeah. It really is. You got like you got the team in the middle of the country. You got one on the Pacific West Coast. You have one in the Northeast, and then whatever the Commanders are.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm not. Some of these are very elusive.
If you guys were curious on how to do that, filter out, like if you wanted to filter out negative, so look, show negative HROI bets. So now you're not showing them. The reason I show them is because I have my portfolio set up in a way, Ben, where there are certain spots I will bet because I've adjusted the OS rating. Yep. But if you're trying to dummy proof it, just get rid of that and make sure it's on current season, not previous season. Make sure it's current season, not previous season, because we have more than enough data for this season.
Exactly. Like for the start of baseball, obviously I'll be using info from last year, but after a month or two, when we have thousands of data points and we get them quickly, why not? Why not have the latest info?
Yep. All right, little BetMGM action before we head out. Let's go.
See,
This
that
might
that
be,
makes sense. Caps, Nats, Commanders, Wizards, and Terps. Very nice.
yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
probably from like Oregon though.
Yeah. Who said that, Ben? Who
Mr.
said that in
Jones.
chat?
Yeah, Mr. Jones.
So yeah.
Yeah, he's friends with Matt G in the hockey world. Nice try, fella. But yeah, I mean, listen, you want to root for? I have some weird teams. I have some weird teams. I root for the Jazz, but still,
Mm.
you know.
Yeah, Flyers, Eagles, unfortunately Sixers
Yeah,
and
normal.
Phillies for me. And
Yeah.
I don't care about a single college team.
Yeah, well, if you bring in college, then it's just out of control.
All right, Isaiah Collier. Here's our last one. One of these
All
is
right.
going to win today. And you know what the greatest part about this is? You could just win one of these and it makes your day, right? Like obviously you have limits and some of these bonuses you're not getting a lot down. But as far as the amount wagered on each of these parlays, like let's just say all of them were $10, Ben. If one of them wins, you're easily 2xing on the day, if not more, depending on like if our plus 1600 hits. So you got to look at it like that. And you know what? Even if none of them hit today or Monday or Tuesday, you can hit one or two on Wednesday and it covers everything tenfold.
Definitely. I mean, that goes back to that's why I don't ever care about anybody's win-loss. That means nothing.
Nothing.
Like I'm 5-2. Well, that's great, but if you're betting minus 1,000 shots, you're getting crushed. And I'm 2-5. That sucks unless you're betting plus 1,000 shots and now you're killing it. So it all is about what you're betting.
Who's the guy out there on Twitter that the long EV long shots guy? Right?
Yeah,
EV long shots or something.
yeah, I believe that is.
Very
Yeah, EV long
profitable.
shots. Yep.
Very profitable with huge swings.
Yeah. Yeah, sharp better. There's no doubt. And again, when you bet like that, you're gonna have crazy hits and then like a month of getting crushed.
Yep.
But profits.
I got us a BetMGM one. Again, guys, if you're new here, welcome. If some of this sounds like a foreign language to you, it's all good. Hit us up. Ask questions in chat. A lot of sharp people in chat as well. Always hanging out in here. Yep. And join for a week free. You jump in, we'll get you up to speed immediately. Plus, we got the new update coming today, the new algo version 2. I'm super excited. I can't wait till this drops. I hope it's before my 3:00 show. I'll be very excited. But yeah, I think there's a lot of reason to believe that there's going to be a lot more profitable bets on the board. Just hop in, links down there in the description. Ben, throw it in chat one more time. Anyone wants to join us, hit us up, let us know. This is, you start betting like this, it'll change things for you, I promise. Even if it seems like a foreign language right now. You know. Anyway, Isaiah Collier under 8.5 assists, Miles McBride under 2.5 threes. This is BetMGM. Keegan Murray under 6.5 boards, and John Morant under 36.5 PRA. That is a 10% EV parlay plus 921 because you got so no plus money stuff in here, which I'm totally fine with. You want to bet that on Hard Rock plus 869? Actually, still a plus EV bet on Hard Rock, so bettable. But again, if you're using some type of Kelly, and you're sizing your bets right, Ben, you could still bet it on Hard Rock. You would just want to bet less than you would if you were betting it on MGM. That's really all it is. It's still a long-term profitable bet on Hard Rock. It's just more profitable, a better bet on MGM. So your recommended bet size would be a little bit higher there.
Yep. That's how it all can. That's the funny thing about betting. Every little piece of the puzzle impacts it. So your edge actually determines how much you would bet on something. The line determines partly the edge. It's all working together. So yeah, the bigger the perceived edge, the more of your bankroll you can use because it's that good of a bet. But you need the X win because a great bet. If I told you not to get on a rant, but I think this is important. If I told you have a 1% chance to hit Mega Millions, it's the best bet you're ever going to have.
You will never get anything even remotely close to that, as a matter of fact.
And you're going to probably lose. If I said that, you have a
99% chance of losing.
That's what I mean. If you if someone said I could bet $1 on that, I'd do it instantly. If someone said I had to wager 100K, I wouldn't do it.
Right.
Huge edge. You can't do it like that. It's not properly sized. On the flip side, if it was the other way and my expected win was 99%, you can allocate a ton of your bankroll to that, because realistically, if you're getting 99% and the true outcome is way higher than that, you're going to probably win that an astronomical amount of the time. So it's all related to that type of stuff.
Yep. Anyway, appreciate you guys. I'll see you at 3:00 on X. Follow Ben at JazzRazBets. JAZZRAZ double Z single Z. I'm just trying to help. Bets.
I never thought that anyone would ever possibly care about my.
No, I
Twitter.
don't. I'm trying to help people get over there, because most people are going to type in. Hopefully, it would just auto fill for them.
Yes.
And just find you.
I just meant, in hindsight, if I did this over, if I could do my whole life over, the only thing I would change would be adding an extra Z to the Jazz Raz.
You could have. You just changed your handle. I'm at Laffy _D, LOUGHY_D. Yeah, we're having trouble. Been a long day. But we'll see you guys back here soon. Let's bounce back after yesterday. Head into the weekend strong. We'll see you back here Monday on the EV Strategy Show. Let's win some money. Let's win some parlay. Let's hit that 16-1 boost on DK, baby. All right,
see you guys in Discord.
What's that?
I said I'll see everyone in Discord. Let's make some money. Big week.
Jump in. We'll see you soon.